Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Goddess Queen Tulsa Show. We are here today to discuss, once again, Tyre Nichols. Rest in peace. We are here to pay homage, and we are here to deliver some fabulous news. And first of all, if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your loyalty. I want to say that if you guys do not know about the viral video of Tyre Nichols, he was just, I want to say, pulled over and immediately attacked. Black man, leaves behind a mother and other family. And the last person to be arrested is the guy that's smiling in the photo, the police officer. 2 more Memphis police officers are suspended in Tyre Nichols' unalivement. One officer, actually, give me 1 second. Okay, is that better? Okay, I'm trying to manage my volume. Okay, give me a second. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is the 6th officer reportedly involved in the Memphis fatal beating of Tyre Nichols. He's relieved of duty, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the article. One officer, Preston Hemphill, used a stun gun that hit Mr. Nichols in the torso, according to a police report on the incident. The Memphis Police Department confirmed on Monday that 2 additional officers had been taken off duty in connection with the unalivement of Tyre Nichols. Saying little, expect that the 2 were under investigation as city officials and prosecutors worked to determine who beyond the 5 officers already charged with second-degree unalivement should be held responsible. Those investigations also led to the firing on Monday of 2 medics and a lieutenant by the Memphis Fire Department for failing to follow protocols, including properly assessing Mr. Nichols' condition while he was slouched on the ground against a police vehicle, officials said. The Shelby County Sheriff's Department is conducting its own investigation into the actions of 2 of its deputies at the scene. Both have been relieved of duty pending the inquiry's findings. Officials said that all 7 police officers had been placed on leave on January 8th, the day after Mr. Nichols, a 29-year-old black man, was stopped by officers and kicked, pepper sprayed, and punched after he ran off. One of the officers, Preston Hemphill, arrived just before another officer had pulled Mr. Nichols from his car while it was stopped near an intersection on the evening of January 7th in the southeast Memphis. The identity and involvement of the other officer who has been suspended have not been disclosed. Officer Hemphill's lawyer, Lee Gerald, said in a statement that one of the 4 videos of the encounter that were released by the city on Friday, labeled Video 1, had come from Officer Hemphill's body camera. He was never present at the second scene, where officers caught up with Mr. Nichols after a brief foot chase and beat him severely. Mr. Gerald said of Officer Hemphill, he added that his client is cooperating with officials in this investigation. In the body cam footage, Officer Hemphill can be seen firing a stun gun at Mr. Nichols as Mr. Nichols ran away. Taser was deployed, he said to a dispatcher, telling another officer later. One of the prongs hit the bastard. Officer Hemphill, 26, was part of the specialization Scorpion unit that was created to patrol high crime areas of the city, as were the 5 officers who have been charged with the murder and other offenses. Officer Hemphill is white, and the other 5 officers are black. All right, so let's get into this article. Officer Hemphill, who joined the police department in 2020, had been with the unit since October 2022. And give me a second, guys. I will go ahead and show his photo so you guys are aware of who we're talking about. Give you a visual as we go along. So give me a second. All right, so there he is right there. That's him. Okay. Officer Hemphill, who joined the police department in 2020, had been with the unit since October 2022. The police department said on Saturday that it had disbanded the Scorpion unit. In a statement, police officials said that the heinous actions of a few had cast a cloud of dishonor on the unit. It is imperative that we, the Memphis Police Department, take proactive steps in the healing process for all impacted. The statement said. Lawyers for Mr. Nichols' family said that it was extremely disappointing to learn that Officer Hemphill had been relieved of duty but not fired or charged. Okay, so this is the good news. The parents are saying No, we don't want him not only relieved, we want him charged. We want justice. And so that's the good news. The family is still fighting, guys. All right, let me continue with the commentary with the article. Why is his identity and the role he played in Tyree's unalivement just now coming to light? The lawyers, Mitch Crump and Antonio Romanosi, said in a statement on Monday, "We have asked from the beginning that the Memphis Police Department be transparent with the family and the community. This news seems to indicate that they haven't risen to the occasion. The police department would not answer questions Monday about the seventh officer. A spokesman said only that we will update our social media when additional information is available." All right, so it's a sad day for the family. And, for us to have to see it, it's like, it's one thing, to actually see these stories, but his mom, you know, oh my goodness. His mom is the outcry, you know, outcry. Now, Tyree Nichols' mother, stepfather to attend Biden's State of the Union speech. The mother and stepfather of Tyre Nichols, the black man who was fatally beaten by Memphis police officers, have accepted an invitation to attend U.S. President Joe Biden's State of the Union address in February. Congressional Black Caucus's Executive Director Vincent Evans tweeted on Sunday that the caucus chairman, U.S. Representative Stephen Horsford, invited Nichols' parents to Washington for the State of the Union address, and that they have accepted the invitation. Nichols repeatedly cried, "Mom, Mom," as the five Memphis police officers charged with the black motorist murder pummeled him with kicks, punches, a baton, blows after a January 7th traffic stop. Video released by the city on Friday showed the officers, all black, were dismissed from the police department. Nichols, 29, was hospitalized and unalived of his injuries 3 days after the confrontation in the city where he lived with his mother and stepfather and worked at FedEx. Police also suspended a sixth officer in the case. The Congressional Black Caucus also said it was requesting a meeting with Biden this week to push for negotiations on national reforms to the U.S. justice and police systems. The brutal beating of Tyre Nichols was unalivement and is a grim reminder that we still have a long way to go in solving systemic police violence in America. It added Nichols' death marked the latest high-profile incident of police officers' use of using excessive force in their deaths of Black people and other minorities in recent years. If you guys are out there and you are listening to this, this is devastating. A mother has to bury her child because of a senseless act of violence. So without further ado, I want us to take a look at a clip right here. Okay, so give me a second as I pull it up, guys. This is a lot, just as a parent, um, I can't imagine what that mother is going through, you know? I wanna say this, I wanna say those thugs should be locked away forever. This is our community. We pay our tax dollars, but I don't pay my tax dollars to be taken up out of here. It's a sad case, and unfortunately, you know, we had another Black man have to be an experience to wake people up. Our Money 617 says prayer for the mother and family. Absolutely. Absolutely. Praying for that mother and that family. And guys, this is my thing. This was, these are Black officers. And now it's been brought to our attention that one of the officers set this up. Mhm. One of the officers set this up, guys. Mhm. Okay, so here is an update as of 2 hours ago. According to the Memphis Fire Department, three first responders, EMTs, Robert Long and Jamichael Standridge, as well as Lieutenant Michael Whitaker, have been fired after an investigation revealed the three violated numerous MFD policies and protocol during the arrest of Tyre Nichols. It's like, why do our people do us like this? The roughing up, the manhandling. I don't care if he ran away. He did not deserve that. That man had a family. He had dreams. He had aspirations. He had a whole life ahead of him. A whole life. And the more that I hear these stories, it's like, where is the training? What type of training are these people getting? Are they even getting any training at all? Is it, okay, who's the toughest? Who can tackle somebody? Who's got some anger up in them? Because it seems like these thugs come come to work with all their problems and they take it out on the citizens that they are supposed to protect and serve. What's going on, people? What is really going on? We really got to wake it up. Something has to change. We got to stop being a part of the problem. Let's stop looking at this Zeus network. Let's stop looking at this violence because it's going to make you want to get a piece of it. You're going to want to have a piece of it. Trust me. We got to start standing up in our communities. Go and, you have a bad encounter, report that individual, report that officer. Get his badge number. We all have video phones now. Do your due diligence. Protect yourself. Because as we can see that these thugs will protect each other. Now, I saw an article earlier saying that the officer, actually, give me one second. The officer, Demetrius Halley, the 30-year-old, it was his ex-girlfriend who Tyre was dating. So Tyre was dating one of the police officer's ex. And we feel that this was staged and put out there by him. Absolutely. So let me go ahead and read the article for you guys. And shout out to Confessions of a Reality Queen for covering the story. She says, actually, let me go ahead and bring it up. Guys, this is a lot. This is heavy. Very heavy. Okay, turns out Tyre Nichols worked at FedEx, and Demetrius Haley's ex and mother of his child worked at FedEx too. Demetrius took a picture of Tyre Nichols on the background and sent it to his ex. All the officers involved went out bad over this man's personal issue. Tyre Nichols and his ex had a relationship. Someone in the comments said to those officers, how does your mother, father, sons, and uncles and your family feel that their father, uncle, relative did this to a black man? Someone else says, the way they beat that man, I knew it was personal because why else would they do that? Brothers, I hope they all get a swift, quick trial and punishment of their life in jail. General Pop, God's worth will serve them well, and I hope it's reported when they get it. Someone said if this is true, then this was premeditated. Someone else says, I knew this was premeditated before even the story dropped, just like what went down with George Floyd. Someone else says, this isn't even confirmed though, and what if it turns it not to be true? Then what? Personally, I think this is just someone's speculation because the officers were black. They had to be that type of thing. I could be wrong though, but I think it was. If it was any truth to this, media would have reported it. Okay, well, sending prayers to the family. I really, really, really hope that these officers really get the books thrown at them. Hey Norris, Tony, how are you? Just speaking about the officers that had taken Tyre Nichols out. Some people are saying that this is a ritual. Um, It's just a lot of speculation. Tyre Nichols' mother and stepfather is going to go meet with Biden for the State of the Union address, and Officer Hemphill was relieved of his duty. He was not charged or anything like that. So it's an outrage there. It's like if we want to fight for something, let's get into these. Let's get into our Justice Departments. We have all this research and we're detectives on YouTube. I think we need to go down to our city, our city councils and things like that and make sure things are running right. And if not, we need to do an investigation. Let's make it count, people. North Tony says those cops don't deserve to ever work again. Oh no, they should be immediately placed in handcuffs and thrown into that jail cell, you know? And they should be in there with, I agree with the other person that they should be with general population, and they should get no protection because they had a job to protect. They had a job, and that was to protect the citizens of their city. They took an oath. They swore in, and they failed not only that man and his family, but they failed the community. When you talk about the citizens not trusting the police, this is a perfect reason why. Perfect example. And that's a shame. It's a crime. Why are y'all making examples out of our people, taking our people up out of here? I mean, it was like 4 to 6 to 8 of y'all. And this man, he doesn't, I mean, I could see if he was, you know, I'm just estimated guess 6'4", 300 pounds. Okay, I can see why all y'all have to, try to get him down and handcuffed, but this man is slim. Slim guy. Slim man. And y'all sat up there and did him like a rag doll. Y'all drug him, y'all beat him, y'all hit him. It's giving y'all was trying to reenact the Rodney King. Modern day. Guys, this is heavy for me. We're gonna be back at 9 o'clock. Our research party. I want to thank you all for coming out. We'll keep you up to date on new details that come out about, the justice of Tyre Nichols and his family. As of now, that concludes our show. I am your host, Queen Tulsa, and we will see you on our next show. So long.